All right, so we have some deductions to do. Let's see. Cards with staff information on Dunn's table. Dunn's wife's birthday doesn't open the safe. And stained towel in Arthur Tucker's locker. So these two are linked. Arthur Tucker's a racist.
Tucker painted the racial slur on Yale's locker.
The racist was racist? You are a detective.
Wow. And now we have another deduction to make. We have to go back into his mind palace. Jake got mad when he found me searching his locker. The buffalo that works for O'Leary wears a shamrock on his lapel. These two are linked, I think. Yep.
Why do you have that pen, Jake? What mess are you in?
All right. Jake won't say he works for O'Leary.
This is quite the choice. Like, when you hear about the first integrated gym in town, you're expecting, like, oh man, there might be some racial tensions because it's from back in the racist times. People don't. Well, that text is freaking out.
Yeah, I was just about to point that out.
Yeah, it's like people might not have it all figured out, but instead it's like, nah, we have some black people and we have a violent white supremacist from the KKK.
Yeah,
that's our people that we got. This gym. I'm like, oh my fucking god.
Wow, I barely nudged the trigger and it just pulled me into this menu again.
Yeah.
All right.
It's just like the. It's like, damn, like when you have like all those inspirational movies about black athletes overcoming racism, usually they're white members of the same like baseball team aren't the actual KKK.
Yeah, no, completely. It kind of, I don't know. It's like a clearly sticky situation here too, because they want to do these references to the other comics and stuff, but like technically, chronologically speaking, the only ones that have happened so far are Blacksad beats up the KKK and his girlfriend got murdered. So it's like,
so all you can do is you can plant seeds about the fact about like his family or his professor.
Yeah, we don't have anything else.
The Arctic Nation strikes again. Honestly, would the Arctic Nation be reported on as the villains?
Because one of them was the chief of police, wasn't he?
Yeah, I'm just thinking like they had the police on their side. Yeah, the polar bear was the police. It was the police chief in that town. It's like I think the news didn't tend to side against the KKK. Honestly.
Yeah.
Desmond O'Leary. Huh? I know you work for him.
Now you're just making stuff up. Why would you say that?
I saw the shamrock in your locker. I know what it means.
Okay, let's say you're right. So what? What are you gonna do, huh?
All right, let's see.
I could tell your friend Sonia. Does she know?
Don't you dare.
All right.
You win, pussycat. Business isn't going that well lately. Natalia was my last well-paying job. And it's been a while. Then O'Leary shows up and offers me a bodyguard contract. What was I supposed to do?
Yeah, I understand.
Seriously, you don't seem like the type to accept shady offers.
I'd never take a job like that. As a matter of fact, I turned one down today, but that's just me. I'm no one to judge.
Hey, O'Leary might run an illegal gambling operation, but it's not like he's killing people or conning widows, and I'm just a bodyguard. I make sure no one gets hurt. What I do, including my contract and paycheck, is 100% legal. How bad can that be?
O'Leary pays you with dirty money, and you're part of a criminal organization. There's no two ways about it, but that's not what bothers me.
I mean, he just got his ass beat by that organization.
Yeah.
I know you're covering up O'Leary's role in Joe Dunn's death.
Huh? O'Leary? No way. I mean, I don't think so.
Jake, please.
Well, I guess there's no point in hiding it now.
Yeah.
I was here the day Dunn died.
Go on.
I had to take care of some business for O'Leary. He makes me wear the shamrock when I work for him. As you know, I left the damn thing in my locker.
Say no more. You came in the back door.
How did you... Yeah, that's
Whoa.
it. Joe had mentioned he'd been painting that afternoon, but I forgot.
Oh, so he was the one with the steps.
I stopped in my tracks when I saw him screaming bloody murder at Bobby Yale at the top of the scaffold.
Did this happen often?
Not in the last few years. Apparently, Bobby wanted to do something. Something that horrified Joe. So Joe threatened to call off the fight against Stone and kick him out of the gym for good. I didn't want them to see me, so I left.
I think I was right.
Jake, why didn't you tell me?
I thought you'd be pissed off.
Well, you were wrong.
I'm sorry, John. I should have said something.
You should have.
Damn.
Let's just say you owe me one, all right?
You sure drive a hard bargain, John. All right.
Time to go. I need to think about everything you just told me.
All right, we just got like 47 clues in a row, and now we have a much clearer idea of what the heck is going on. Yeah, he caved completely.
We needed to find the lockers all along.
Yeah. So I think with the... Wow. Some of these settings... I'm trying to figure out how I can turn off the... There we go. The depth of field. That should fix.
Just delete the worst setting.
Oops. I did not mean to set vertical sync to that. That was...
Your options for depth of field are off and doesn't work.
Yes. Oh, there we go. This is running so much more smoothly.
I'm never ready for it to say you were Blacksad in the settings.
Yeah.
It's like the equivalent, like when Telltale games tell you what percentage of people picked what, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what I mean, let's look at it, right? Let's take a look. Let's see. Hard-boiled, sensitive.
He's a romantic.
Yeah. We're not silent. We're super talkative. But then again,
He's
John
a clumsy romantic.
John is super talkative in the comics. He is not like a stoic silent type. He's constantly yapping at people. Kind of funny.
He's no like roguish character, but he definitely doesn't just stare at people and like grimace at them and wait for the plot to happen at him or anything.
No, he's super hard.
Talking to people is his job.
Let's see.
But he does a big glare though. He does
glare at people pretty frequently. We're profitable.
Profitable case versus ruinous case. The fact that there's a profit meter, that feels like a morality meter.
I love that. But yeah, I think for the most part we just got a pretty big clue, and I think that I was right. Yale probably wanted to take the fall for the money on behalf of either Cassidy or O'Leary, probably at the behest of Sonya in order to pay off the debt. And Joe said no. And that really got him into trouble because Yale probably backed out and got scared and went into hiding, and Joe got killed in his stead. That's... Put it down here. Put it in the chat. Detective Toaster. That's his hypothesis.
I think it was aliens.
That's also a great possibility. It could have been aliens. You are right.
There's no evidence that it wasn't aliens.
Dunn
It'd be
kept
great getting
files
on the roof.
The gym's staff and clients. Name, address, and date of birth.
Mana says I need my detective hat. So I'm putting my detective hat on.
Did you find anything
you
interesting
a
in those
detective hat?
papers?
No.
Yeah.
Investigation work takes time, as I'm sure you know.
I got Sherlock's cap. All right, so I guess the next thing we have is possibly going back to the diner to needle the lady about Needle the lady about how close she was to Joe.
She's lying
Bad
to us.
Bad Wolf says, consider this case toasted.
Yeah!
Exactly. I do want to see if the goat is awake, though, before we go, just in case we can interact with any of the new clues. This game could really use a run button.
We're gonna, knowing our luck with every game we've played so far, we're gonna find out after we beat it how to run.
I've been pushing all the buttons on the controller, and I don't know if there's a run button. Yeah, but you didn't
click both sticks at the same time while holding left.
Joke's on you. I did literally that just now. Yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe there's a run button, maybe there's not. I have no idea. Just gotta walk his little legs to that diner. Huh.
Run button, please.
I wish.
Developer response. Hello, I will forward your suggestion, but I cannot promise that this kind of change will be implemented into the game. John is a smoking detective, not an athlete, smiley face.
At least they're true to the comics,
I'm pretty sure John is athletic, honestly. I'm pretty sure John can run. He was a soldier.
Oh no.
You gotta stay in the circle filling spot. There you go.
Yeah, I have to navigate to where it is off screen. And I was stuck on something off screen. I think there was a person walking that I couldn't get past.
Nintendo Life gave this game a 5 out of 10.
I can see it, I guess. What do you think these two are talking about?
Apparently on Switch, the loading times are excruciatingly long. They're just having a chat.
They've been there for 2 days now.
Yeah. One of them won't let the other one go. It's that kind of conversation. You start backing away towards the door and like,
Hi,
well, that
Mr.
reminds
Blacksad.
me. I'm like, uh-huh.
All right. We should ask her about Dunn's body again.
Have you remembered anything else about the moment you found Dunn's body?
I really can't remember anything. I'm sorry.
But we got the clue. We got the clue about her.
Have you remembered anything else about the moment you found Dunn's body?
I really can't remember anything. I'm sorry.
So when it focuses on Blacksad,
sorry,
there was a Dalmatian at that
See you
table
around.
We'll miss
outside.
you at Sam's Diner. Bye-bye.
But we don't get to see him. See?
What's that guy walking by?
I don't
the
know. I
black
can't
thing?
catch up with him.
No, you're so slow.
He's a pit bull.
What is he?
He's a pit
He's
bull.
a pit bull, okay.
Yeah, or a Rottweiler or whatever.
Did not make sense of that. Yeah, there's just a Dalmatian sitting in there.
Oops.
How do we make progress?
Yeah, I don't know. According to Jake, Dunn had a strong argument with Yale while he was painting on the scaffold.
And then say there's something suspicious about a suicide.
Oh yeah, we can do that.
Because there was an argument.
Nope.
It says that you can make a connection, right?
I don't know if it tells me if I can make a connection or if I have 1 to 2 new clues when it happens. Because it always corresponds with having new clues, so I haven't been able to determine if that means that there's a deduction to make or if I just have clues I haven't examined yet. But let's go back to the gym, I guess, and maybe we can investigate the crime scene again. Or maybe we can go back to Jake's place. That seems like it might actually lead somewhere, so let's drive our car. Maybe we go back to our office.
Discover that you were the murderer.
Oh, that's right. It was us. We did kill him. I forgot.
I am the origami killer. Damn.
Yeah.
Why didn't I think about that?
Keith is talking literally about himself. Keith
prefer
is the
yellow
origami killer.
I can't complain.
I am the fictional serial killer from 2007's famous Half My Life
prefer a
Ago.
yellow
Fuck, that
Cadillac.
game's old.
But I can't complain.
Okay, I can't drive my car, so I can't go back to my office. Is there anything this way?
Gotta be another way.
Quartz.
You actually, it's in the trash because it's cut in half. So of course it is.
All right, so there must be something we can do here because we can't really do anything else. So we still have stuff we need to complete.
There's a whole location we're missing somehow.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. We got more conversation we can have now.
Just gotta keep cycling between all the people.
Yeah, you
so
just gotta.
You
just gotta hold Jake's bag a little bit more. Just warm him up.
Not all folks are as
turn your head and cough.
open-minded as Dunn. I happen to know who painted the lockers. Arthur Tucker.
I knew it. I knew it was him, that bastard. I'm gonna whip the white out of him.
Do you remember anything else about Joe Dunn and Bobby Yale's argument?
No, not really, no. Only Joe yelling. If you do, I'll call off the fight and kick you out of the gym.
Yeah, it's because Yale wanted to take the bribe and save the gym. There's a 0% chance it's not that. But we didn't get a new clue for that.
Maybe it triggered something?
Possibly.
I don't know why.
Did you ever talk to... Wait.
I talked to Sonia after learning about it, and she didn't have anything new to say to me.
Yeah, well, I was going to say that you ever talked about Sonia about Weekly, but then I remembered that you just strayed away from that. That text is losing its mind.
Did this happen often?
Not in the last few years. Apparently, Bobby wanted to do something that horrified Joe. So Joe threatened to call off the fight against Stone and kick him out of the gym for good.
Yeah, and so my guess is that Joe was going to call off the fight, and Cassidy probably killed him. We can interact with the phone again.
Chief Smirnov, what do you know?
Call your boyfriend,
Please,
John.
I'm begging you. Know something.
Smirnov.
You're gonna like what I have to tell you about the Dunn case.
Why would he like to hear that?
What if he just says that's it?
That's it.
I went to Yale's place and ran into O'Leary's men. They were waiting for him.
Ah, well, it's only normal. They run an illegal gambling operation. If a fight's canceled, they lose money. I'd love to take a swing at O'Leary, but we can't base the case on a hunch.
I'm not finished yet. You're gonna like what I have to tell you about the Dunn case. A close friend of Dunn's works for O'Leary.
You mean that gorilla? Your ex's bodyguard? We know. O'Leary is a respectable citizen, until we prove otherwise. So there's nothing wrong with him hiring a bodyguard.
You're gonna like what I have to tell you about the Dunn case.
Oh my God, he's just repeating himself.
I found racial slurs painted on the lockers at Dunn's gym. He was pretty open-minded about racial issues. Maybe his death had something to do with that.
John, half of the crimes in this city have racial ramifications. Unless you have solid proof that it wasn't suicide. My hands are tied.
I think that's it.
I thought we were so close.
I just can't get over the reality of the text, of just the voice lines being like, you're gonna like what I have to say about this case. There were racial slurs. All right, thanks, Blacksad.
All right, police officer. Police officer, I have something for you. Get this. Racism.
You're gonna
what
love
do you think about that?
Yeah. It's like, why are you supposed to be so excited about that? What does it mean?
So goofy. All right.
This really is a pixel hunt, isn't it?
In those papers?
It is a pixel hunt.
Investigation work takes time, as I'm sure you know.
Oh God, I've heard that line too many times now. It's losing all meaning.
Now it's time for the paranoia to set in as you just cycle through 4 objects trying to figure out which thing you're missing. Where's the one interactable that does something?
At least the music in this game is good.
Space heater. Space heater. Time to go upstairs.
Yep, we're gonna check out the roof again.
And just re-inspect.
We did learn that he
everything.
gave up on drinking, so maybe we can investigate the little the drink spot.
Maybe he can climb across those boards to escape the case.
Oh, that's a great idea. I would love to go take a vacation. And this is Helen Moore's, she's America's sweetheart.
Yeah.
Everyone recognizes her.
Protein bars, now with 50% less lead.
It's just such a like a set piece. Like you look into it and it has no HUD. It's just like
this extreme environmental storytelling of unrequited love.
Man, what is there?
The boards are gone
here?
outside of that cutscene, aren't they?
They are. They're over here. Which is
Oh,
weird
yeah.
because that means they were on this roof and weakly climbed up the fire escape on the other side and then jumped over to this roof to grab the boards, to put the boards over to the fire escape, then climbed back over and then climbed over again.
Were they on this side at the beginning of the game?
They were, yeah.
I don't even want to imagine Weekly falling from up here.
You don't have to. We saw it.
He got Final Destination. But then we saved him, so now he's doomed to be hunted by death forever.
I'm just confused. Is there other stuff I can interact with?
Mural? Look at my weird lips. Look at my weird eyes.
I have control. I can never tell if it's loading dialogue or if I have controls because everything is weirdly delayed.
Sonia's measurements stop at 18, and there's a gap in Bobby's between ages 15 and 17.
Are Sonia and Bobby dating?
What does that mean?
It means that Bobby like left the gym for a few years.
Yeah. And then Sonia, I guess, just stopped growing because she's
She
right
went to
across the
college.
street.
She went to college. That's what they said.
That's the face that the girl is making. That feels great. Keep doing that.
It looks like Chief Bogo. Is there going to be something new I can see here?
Are there
Lead
48
with
stars
P.
Hand view.
Follow
lead with
hour.
P. Follow with hour.
All right, so we learned everything we could about. Yeah, I can't interact with the space heater. We can't do anything in here. Man, what else is there to do? I mean, like, maybe we can go talk to the goat now, but I don't know. Doesn't seem right. We're gonna need to rub up against everything like a cat.
Yeah, and then knock things off tables like a cat.
Yeah.
Then eat the dead like a cat.
Mm-hmm.
Was this jeans? No, it's a tail. Oh.
What?
Oh, go back. By the door.
Oh. Nice. Look at that. For Sonia done.
Thank you, Mr. Blacksad.
Does the postman always leave your mail on the floor?
I don't know. I...
What's wrong?
It's my mother's wedding ring.
Wait, didn't that say brothers in the text?
Oh, I wasn't looking at the text.
Who had it?
I don't know. My father wore it on his pinky finger after she died.
Not always, apparently.
Will you find out why?
I'll try. But there's something else I'm worried about. This might have something to do with the... Bobby Yale's disappearance.
Shit. I meant to press X.
Oh my, yes. It could be. Will you please give me a moment?
Of course.
Oh, but maybe it was the right answer.
Case.
Maybe it was the right answer.
Or everyone's confidently wrong. The textures are losing their minds.
Yes?
I haven't seen this much Z fighting since Dragon Ball.
I need to search your office.
Go on.
Oh, shit. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't want to put the investigation. I thought when it said I need to search his room, I thought it meant like I would go into his bedroom.
That apparently became a choice. You specifically ruined her feelings. How could you?
It's fine.
I can't tell when choices are happening.
Yeah. I wonder if Joe gave Bobby his wife's wedding ring to propose to Sonia. That's my guess. Oh, So it says I can do 2 things.
I'm so happy.
Mary put the wedding ring in the envelope and wrote Sonia Dunn on it. But why did she have the ring in the first place?
Oh, she was gonna be a stepmom. Joe was gonna marry her.
Da-da-da-da. I ain't gonna talk to her probably.
Were Mary Purnell and Joe Dunn an item?
Yeah. Let's talk again.
Did you find anything interesting in those papers?
No. Investigation work takes time, as I'm sure you know.
Okay, lady.
I mean the other lady, because you now Blacksad's correctly connected that they were an item. Because he didn't know that before.
Oh, and now we can say there's something fishy about Dunn's suicide. Oh, I guess not. Never mind.
I'm just figuring that now he knows that, so he can actually talk to her about it.
Yeah.
What if Mary's birthday is the combination to the safe?
Do we know Mary's birthday? Yes.
To ask.
Nope, we don't, because he has the staff information on the thingies. It's all cascading.
You got a Tetris. You did it.
I did it. I just blew through 40 lines. Is it going to play the same animation, or am I going to get new info this time?
He pulls out one of the cards and holds it in the air and it spins.
A week prior to that very day.
Da-na-na-na.
I like that I had the option to use a random combination.
Just try stuff. Gun. Money. Insurance policy.
All right. Business insurance policy. Okay, that's all it's going to give me?
Insurance policy.
That's all it's going to give us? We're not going to look at the insurance policy to see if this was...
Famously, insurance policies never come up in these kinds of cases.
Definitely not a clue, apparently.
They've never motivated anything.
Last will and testament of Joseph R. Dunn. We have his will. I shouldn't have grabbed that.
You open the safe?
Yeah, and I think you need to see this. Can you tell me what it says?
All right. I think this might be useful for the investigation, Mr. Detective. He left everything to me, except some boxing trophies and knickknacks that'll go to Bobby Yale.
I'd feel
like
less bad. A little bit, yeah.
When was it signed?
It was written 4 years ago, just weeks after I moved to Buffalo.
Do you think Bobby Yale read it before he disappeared?
Maybe.
Motive?
All right. Thanks.
I don't want to say you're lucky.
Do not
because
say she's a lucky lady when her dad was just murdered.
Yeah, that's brutal.
A few bucks. Just petty cash.
That'd be a very guerrilla moment.
I never would have taken Dunn for a gun owner.
Yeah. All right. We just learned a just buttload of information. That's awesome. I feel less bad about stepping on her feelings to come in here about this because because that actually unlocked quite a bit for us. So let's go bug. What's her name? He looks so smug. Look at him.
I just can't get over how hard he grimaces every time he shows up in that little like saving icon.
Yeah. Is it gonna give us anything new, or are we just gonna fondle the sack?
Joe Dunn.
Did you know Joe
some
Dunn had a
loving eye
gun in his
contact.
safe?
No way, man. He hated firearms. Although, when Bobby Yale was a teenager, he went through a crazy phase. Even dropped out of the gym and joined the gang. Nothing serious.
Ah,
Early
that's
one
why
morning, he
the
broke in
numbers.
gym. Joe was already here and caught him red-handed. Bobby pointed the gun at Dunn and ordered him to open the safe. So, Joe opened it and asked Bobby to put the gun aside, leave the gang, and start boxing again. I got here 5 minutes later and found Bobby crying like a baby in Joe's arms. Then he just stood up and put on his gloves.
Big arms. Hello, sir. Okay, so now it's not really a clue because we can't interact with it, but now we know why there's a gap in the numbers. Because Bobby left the gym, to be in the gang. Does this say anything new now?
Sonya's measurements stop at 18,
Nope.
and there's a gap in Bobby's between ages 15 and 17.
Wow, Bobby was swole for a 17-year-old. Holy smokes.
Yeah. That's why I was doing this.
Yeah, but I mean, like, his arms looked like the thighs of those dudes who can crush watermelons with their thighs. Like, that's insane. All right, let's go out back, maybe. Ooh, was that a thing I could interact with? No? There's a card right there. I want the card, please. Card, please. There we go. This place is positively littered with trash.
No, it's a mess. It's because the guy died that cleans up.
All right, so we're gonna want to head to the diner again to talk to Mary. Look at his smug face. He's really feeling himself right now.
They specifically have the little upturned lip and everything. I mean, he did it. He got a whole Tetris of clues. Overwhelming progress.
We've done a very good job so far.
Have you ever looked at the boxing sign?
I think I did. Let's go back and check. I think it's probably just gonna say.
Yes, I don't know if it would matter. It's just I just see that there's a prompt every now and then all the way up there.
Yeah. Oh, I think I did look at this.
He opened it during the war? That's odd.
Is that odd? Is that an odd thing to do, John? Look at this old scaly dude. That guy looks great.
Yeah, like a yellow iguana or something.
This a bearded dragon, probably.
Big goofy
Mr. Peanut Butter right there.
The canines look fucking hilarious in this game. Their mouths are just so long and they don't know how to like make them look decent. It's like that flashback we had to like that coyote or whatever, and his mouth looks so fucking goofy. He has just like this like giant smile ear to ear. It looks like.
Alrighty. His mouth is just so big.
Yep.
All right, let's put the pressure on Miss Mary.
Time to turn the screws on her.
I know you're hiding something.
What?
Happy birthday. I just found out it was a week ago.
Oh, thanks.
What a shithead.
I'm sure you received
Weird fucking interaction. Get it out of my store.
For example, your date of birth used as the combination for Dunn's safe.
My goodness. I can't talk here. My shift is over in 10 minutes. Can you wait a while?
Can I get a refill over here, Mary?
Coming right up.
Once again, the subtitles don't match the voices, which makes me think that they're dub title or they're actual subtitles for the Spanish track.
Maybe, yeah. And then they just localized it differently.
Yep.
I feel like the Dalmatian always has his head turned away because they don't want us to look at him up close.
Yeah.
This is why the clock store is not 2D.
Mary Purnell, the angel Joe Dunn found in his golden years.
Because they were going to use it here.
We've been seeing each other for almost 2 years.
She just started the conversation like that.
Well, weekdays I start cleaning the gym at dawn, before my shift at the diner. Joey always came in early, just a little after I got there. He used to say it was the best time for the worst task of the day.
Oh, I know exactly what he meant. Say no more. Paperwork.
He really hated it. One morning, he saw me crying. I was having a rough day and...
He tried to make you smile.
He pointed at the coffee machine. You need a cup of joe and some fresh air. That was the first of many cups on the rooftop.
Ah.
Aw, that's what that is. There's that guy again. Hey, Cayman.
Which is where Dunn seduced you.
That word is a bit too much, Mr. Blacksad.
You should have seen all the other options
You
we
might
had,
be
lady.
too young to understand this, but real love has little to do with seduction. One day, we realized those rooftop coffees were the best part of our day. So we began to spend more time together.
But you never told anyone.
So we're supposed to be younger than her?
Or perhaps you told someone else?
No one. Joey didn't want Sonia to hear about it from someone else before we were sure of the relationship. He was afraid that our relationship would only make matters worse. Until one day, on the rooftop, we realized just how serious our relationship was. And we decided to turn those moments into a lifetime.
So he asked you to marry him?
Yes, of course. He gave me the wedding ring and we decided to tell the world. He said he needed to share that happiness with his little girl. Turns out, he wasn't that happy after all.
Ah.
What about Yale? Wasn't he like a son to him?
Maybe you already noticed I have a slight cold. I really should be heading home.
Ah.
Wanted to escape that conversation immediately.
Too much coffee and fresh air?
Why? Why would you say that? I lost my scarf a while back, not sure where. And now, if you'll excuse me, that's my bus stop. A pleasure to speak with you, Mr. Blacksad.
Shut down.
Did I see a two? I swear I saw like a 2D lion in like the front seat. It went by so fast that I'm not sure. I have a cold. I lost my scarf, which is how you get a cold.
Yeah, that's a clue. Mary has a cold. Do you want to know who else has a cold? Our old goat friend. The murderer. Exactly. All right, we've
Too bad we found the scarf at the scene of the crime.
All right, goat, fess up.
Do you have a scarf? Discourse on inequality. Wow, Twitter?
Nope. Okay, so there's
Can
no...
you make some loud noises?
No scarf from him. I'm curious why she was so upset when I mentioned Bobby. Like, there's something hidden there.
You've never been able to check the fridge, right?
No. All right, so maybe now we have the clue we need to talk to Smirnov because we know he just proposed, so he wouldn't kill himself.
Smirnov.
You're gonna like what I have to tell you about the Dunn case. Dunn and the gym's cleaning lady were about to get married.
Great. Call What's News. They'll know what to do with such an incredibly interesting piece of information.
What?
The combination on Dunn's safe was her birthday. He even gave her a ring. You know, your typical suicidal bliss.
Okay, I'm still not convinced, but I might have something for you.
There we go. We finally got what we were looking for.
Something happened.
I'm curious if this game has like multiple endings and it's gonna Walking Dead us, or if like we just have to stumble to the one ending that's just like slightly influenced what our Blacksad was like the whole time.
Life is off and off key, like a bad song. The notes come together but feel flat, unable to create anything resembling music.
Well, it feels like you finished Act 1 or something.
Yeah.
And yet, there are ways to string them together to create harmony. Ways that are not always entirely in our hands.
Man, the music for this game does slap. It is great. Low poly food.
You look tired, John.
I can't help it. It's just the way we cats are.
Well, I can't help but be glad to see you. Yep, I'm beat. I'm starving. Just got back from the annual police medical. Not only did I have to fast, but I also had to chug 2 enormous glasses of water.
Because he had to pee.
Why is
John,
what's going on with this?
you all right?
I loved the like awkward silence after him being like, they made me drink a lot of water so I could pee.
I drank so much water.
Can we just
Awkwardly
talk
shuffles
about
for a
Dunn?
while.
Okay, no problem. The thing is,
Damn.
I'd love to help you out with this case, but I can't.
Thought you were friends.
You know I work for the state of New York. If I had any information, I couldn't share it with a private eye. Even if it was lying on top of this table.
Get
You
it?
drank 2 huge glasses of water. How are your kidneys coping with that?
Yeah, you're right. Maybe I should go to the... If you'll
Yep.
excuse me.
My creepy human teeth. They made Smirnov look like the fucking the mayor of Beastar's Land. With his terrifying human teeth.
I love how he having to take a leak was a part of the plot. I love how they play coy with each other as well.
Yeah.
I just want them to bang. All right, case 1769-7, district something 3, Joseph Richard Dunn, male, widower, lynx, dark brown, age 47, weight 163 pounds. Okay, so this is just going to give us information that we kind of already know. I'm just going to read it out loud from the page right here before clicking them because I don't want to have to read them like on the timer. So approximately 7 p.m. on October 9th, 19 blank, because they don't want to give us the date. External findings: violent asphyxia caused by rope around the neck. The neck presented 4 ring-shaped marks around the entire circumference caused by said rope. Internal findings: the findings has a typo. It's findings. No internal autopsy was performed since external evidence seems sufficiently conclusive. So yeah, the police just closed out the case.
Okay, so there's 4 marks on the neck, so he was definitely killed by the chest
Yep.
spreader.
Yeah, he was killed by the chest spreader. Swollen and slightly scraped knuckles on the subject's right hand. No, because the chest spreader had 3 springs on it and 2 in the box, and it was up to 5. So it wasn't Yale's chest spreader unless Yale put one of the springs back and threw the rest away. No internal autopsy was performed since external evidence seems sufficiently conclusive. It said he also had scrapes on his knuckles, apparently.
Now I feel even thinner. So do my kidneys.
I just peed a lot.
Thanks.
Truth is, John, it all seemed clear to me before, but now? Please, promise me you won't take the law into your own hands.
Would you like to hear about my
I'd like to think we're not just vigilantes.
I don't get what's going on with the
still
arches on his
feeling
forehead.
he's still feeling weird about having us kill someone
trust me.
extrajudicially.
I give you my word.
All right. In any case, keep me posted, will you?
That
Sure.
shape just stands
can
out so
count
much on his forehead.
Take care, John.
Yeah.
It seems like
As
a lot.
always, Smirnov had given me new, potentially relevant information. Not to mention second thoughts. When an old dog like him gets that serious, one must be prepared to bite.
I feel like the rings aren't the individual cables, but the weird things in the middle of the chest spreader.
Maybe. I'm not sure. I mean, the only reason why I said, well, I don't know. The chest expander in the trash belongs to Yale. Dunn wanted to call off the fight. Yeah, oh, okay, we got that. Knuckles were swollen. No, okay. Why won't it let me get to the one I
Let's
wanted?
just look at the.
See, it has three thingies, not 4. But this is a good clue. So his knuckles were swollen. There's something fishy about his suicide. It means he was in a fight.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not working. Never mind. I guess it doesn't. Well, we know these ones work. So Dunn wanted to call off the fight, and they had a fight. What? That's like the most obvious one to put 2 and 2 together. It says I have multiple deductions to do. It says I have 3 I can do right now.
Let's see.
Someone threw a paint can in the trash.
They kind of shuffle around.
There's a paint can stain on the gym floor. Oh, according to Jake, Dunn had a strong argument with Yale while he was painting on the scaffold.
Long chain.
And Dunn wanted to call off the fight. What?
Have you ever linked more than 2 together?
Yeah. Okay.
There's potentially since there's like 3 options involving paint, there's a lot of options, like combinations that they might be going for here.
Yeah.
Is there like a confirmation button you can press to check each combination?
No. All right. According to Jake, Dunn had a strong argument with Yale while he was painting on the scaffold. Dunn wanted to call off the fight. Okay, so that just terminates it, which means if I have one that's correctly linked, it will continue.
You got all the information from the case?
Yeah. Someone threw a paint can in the trash.
So what I'm looking for is that I figure us knowing his height is going to be used to confirm he couldn't have hung himself.
Yeah.
So can we get the height of the noose?
Possibly.
Have you looked? Have you gotten on the stage to look at the noose outside of a cutscene?
It doesn't let me do it anymore, so we'll go back and we'll go check it out. But It's real difficult to figure out exactly what it wants me to connect. I do think we need to have the order of the paint can clues like in the correct order, which is just going to be a nightmare. But we'll be able to work through it. You know, I turned off the depth of field, but the game still is having depth of field right now.
Yeah. Did it turn off during those specific scenes at least?
It did, yeah. Because, like, all right, let's see if we can get back up here.
Hey.
I don't know why. Something just doesn't add up.
Okay.
Quick, zoom in with your cat vision.
What's this?
What's that?
Oh, oops. I forget
why.
I have to highlight
Something
it.
just doesn't add up.
Let's go.
Cool.
Is that all he has to say about the weird just stand-up glory hole sitting here? Like, what?
What is that?
It's a bell. It's a bell.
It's
yeah.
the bell for the ring. Gotcha. Can you climb the stairs?
I cannot interact with those in any way. No, I didn't want to. I'm sorry. I'm mashing A so that I can get up onto this. But it's not. Yeah, there's nothing I can do here. Yeah. Nope. I probably have to do the deduction.
Yeah. I think we're stuck in Phoenix Wright mode. We have to figure out what they meant for us to connect.
Yes.
Where we like we have to think about like what do we it's like how we already knew that he was involved with the diner lady, but didn't know how to make the game think that. Like we have to do that again with his height.
That's a serious issue in the Sherlock games as well. Is like you can see a clue sitting on the floor, and you know it's a clue, and your character should ostensibly be able to walk up and pick it up, but like
I guess
you
like,
haven't.
What if you just combine his height with something's fishy?
Oh yeah, that's a good call. Let's give it a try. Where is it? Height. There we go.
I'm good at video games.
Dunn was murdered. That's all he has to say?
I'm much taller than Dunn. And I can barely reach the noose.
We're just now catching...
There's no way Dunn hanged himself. Not on his own, at least.
All right, perfect.
It's like the struggle here is we're trying to catch Blacksad up to stuff we figured out 3 hours ago.
Yes, we knew immediately.
Immediately, we're like, okay, that noose is too tall for him to have hung himself. Now it's like, okay, now that he's accepted the idea that he couldn't have hung himself, now maybe you can make him think about the chest expander and the marks on his neck and shit. That like was like the first thought I had.
Oh my god. All right. Okay. So Dunn had 4 different neck marks. So we can do this, 4 different neck marks. His knuckles were swollen when he died. Okay, nope.
It's probably not being tall enough, having 4 marks, and then the other chest expander clue.
I tried it already. Chest expander in the trash belongs to Yale. Wait, what? I literally did this combination.
I don't know if you had a motive to kill Dunn, but you certainly had the murder weapon.
That was literally the first one I did. Dunn was strangled with Yale's chest expander.
Or did you?
I did. I truly did.
I have these moments all the time. I have these moments so often where I'm like, I don't understand. I thought I did that already. I specifically didn't do that for the last 10 minutes because I thought I already did it. We still have like, this might be all that's left for this chunk of the game is just putting the clues together we already have.
Yeah.
I mean,
according to
that's
Jake,
how the game works. It's either that or confronting people with them.
So the thing that's weird about these is that, like, if you put them in the logical order of, like, I'm just going to read them out loud. According to Jake, Dunn had a strong argument with Yale while he was painting on the scaffold. Dunn wanted to call off the fight. There's a paint stain on the gym floor. Someone threw a paint can in the trash. Who do the footprints in the gym belong to? That would allow us to then immediately go to something like Dunn was strangled with Yale's chest expander or whatever and get to a conclusion there, but it doesn't let me. But if I do them in a different order, it lets me, so I'm confused. So if I go here,
Yale's chest inspector. Wow. All those words came out technically. And Mary has a cold.
Yeah, and Mary has a cold. Exactly. Dunn was strangled with Yale's chest expander, and then when Dunn died, his knuckles were swollen. No. I have no idea.
Someone threw a wait.
Uh-huh.
It's dented.
Yeah.
So did he punch it?
We'll see.
All right. Dunn punched a paint can, but why? Wasn't
I'm
he
so
calm and
angry.
Composed?
Okay, Dunn punched a can. That's not useful to know.
I don't know what you do with that, yeah, but thank you for there being a thank you for having a picture in the clue so I could see it was dented. What a thing to deduce. He must have punched a can for some reason. Moments were cracking this whole thing open. We've seen so much of that ass. At this point, I don't want to solve the clue.
No, I don't. I want it in my inventory forever.
Dunn must have punched the can while he was arguing with Yale. I guess that explains why he threatened to call the fight off.
How does that explain why he threatened to call the fight off?
Yeah, what?
That doesn't make any sense at all.
What? What? I don't think that made sense at all. What?
Christ. Did Yale kill Dunn just because he wanted to call off the fight?
Damn.
I don't think so.
Wasn't he crying in his arms a few years ago?
Yeah.
Be a hell of a kill to just do.
I always knew Bobby had issues. But I never thought he'd go that far.
I couldn't say. In my line of work, you really shouldn't jump to conclusions.
But the chest expander, the box in his locker, the marks on my father's neck. It all
we already
leads to
know.
him.
It's not the right amount. We already know.
In any case, that doesn't change a thing.
It does, actually. Now we know he didn't kill himself.
My father's still dead, and you still haven't found Bobby Yale. Nothing has changed. Opening the safe and finding my father's will won't help us achieve anything. So please hurry. Time's wasting.
Sonia's indifference never ceased to amaze me. But most importantly, why was she so opposed to Yale?
John Blacksad? I think I owe you an apology.
His face
is definitely not lip sync to English.
Those lips just keep
Apology
going.
accepted.
That's wild.
But what exactly are you apologizing for?
Listen, I don't think my fellow workers treated you with the respect you deserve. I'm so sorry they wrinkled your suit. The thing is, they didn't know we shared a common goal. Bobby Yale. I want to find him and get to the bottom of this as much as you do, Mr. Blacksad. So please, kindly accept my invitation. Why not share our findings? Come on.
Yeah, this feels like the start of an act 2.
Of course. You don't mind me riding in this fancy car with a wrinkled suit, do you?
Oh, I think
That's
you
not...
look mighty dapper, Mr.
What?
Blacksad. Although, if those wrinkles were to rub off on me...
That was a wild line delivery.
They're having normal, coy conversation.
You don't mind me sitting in this car with my wrinkled suit, do you?
At first, he wasn't even like trying to step on the part that you actually need to stomp out.